Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is June 26th, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1930, the king of Memphis wrestling before Jerry Lawler, Jackie Fargo. 1947, you can't say the Four Horsemen without J.J. Dillon. 1951, one of the greatest trainers of all time, Larry Sharp. And last but not least, 1974, he's not just a teacher, he's just not a commentator, he's just not a wrestler, it's Matt Stryker. Of course, on the flip side of that coin, your pro wrestling deaths for June 26th. 1992, the first WWF heavyweight champion, Buddy Rogers. Alright, enough of the sad stuff. It's time to get to the meat and potatoes. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for June 26th. Jumping in the Wayback Machine and going all the way to 1936. Everett Marshall defeats Ali Baba for the NWA, National Wrestling Association, heavyweight title. Grooving all the way to the 60s, 1961, Hard-Boiled Haggerty defeats his former partner, Gene Kiniski, for control of their AWA World Tag Team titles in St. Paul, Minnesota, ending their second reign together. Haggerty chose Bob Geigel as his new partner. Moving ahead 7 years to 1968, Peter Maivia and Billy Whitewolf defeat Curtis Iakea and Ripper Collins to win the NWA Hawaiian Tag Team titles in Honolulu, Hawaii. Sticking with those NWA Hawaiian Tag Team titles, but moving into the 70s, 1971, Ripper Collins and Mad Dog Mane defeat Sunni War Cloud and Stephen Little Bear for those NWA Hawaiian Tag Team titles in Honolulu, Hawaii. Bumping ahead 2 years to 1973, Johnny Valentine defeats Ron Fuller for the Florida version of the NWA Southern Heavyweight title in Tampa, Florida. Bumping ahead 2 more years again to 1975, Antonio Inoki defeats Tiger Jet Singh to win the National Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight title in Tokyo, Japan, beginning his second reign. Grabbing my boombox and going to the 80s, 1982, Bret Hart wins his 4th Stampede North American Heavyweight title, defeating Leo Burke, ending his 7th reign. That next year in 1983, the Sheik's Army, Jerry Blackwell and Ken Patera, defeat the High Flyers, Jim Brunzell and Greg Gagne, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, to win the AWA World Tag Team titles. This ended the High Flyers' second reign, which lasted just over 2 years. A 4-year jump to 1987, Frank Lancaster and Eric Embry defeat the Fantastics, Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton, to win the world-class tag team titles in Dallas, Texas, ending the Fantastics' second reign. Grabbing my flannel and going to the decade of grunge, 1992. 2 titles change hands at the New Japan Pro Wrestling show held at the Budokan Hall. First, El Samurai pins Jushin Thunder Liger to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, ending Liger's 5th reign. Second, the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner, defeat Big Van Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow when Rick pinned Bigelow to win their 2nd IWGP World Tag Team titles. And last but not least, 1995, Billy Jack Haynes defeats Brian Christopher for the USWA Southern Heavyweight title in Memphis, Tennessee. This ends Christopher's 17th run with the belt of 5,675. Those were your short but sweet pro wrestling history highlights for June 26th. I'm the eclectic gentleman, Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.
But to return to Mr. Galindo, the big question now is, which one's got the Tony? But wrestling looks more strenuous, and with another pair on hand, you've got Rough on the Ref.
For the fans, by the fans, WFIA, the legendary wrestling fan organization that started back in 1967, is back, more interactive and better than ever. Whether you're a fan, wrestler, or promoter, join WFIA, Wrestling Fans International Association, and see what WFIA can do for you at thewfia.org. For the love of the art, the business, and the community. TheWFIA.org.